Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're immersing ourselves in a fruit that really defines a whole nation's cuisine and culture, Ackee.
That's Blaya sapida.
Exactly, the national fruit of Jamaica.
Hmm.
It's celebrated as a nutritional powerhouse, but it also carries this really serious warning. Preparation has to be, well, precise.
Absolutely right. Our sources today, they cover the full picture. It's amazing nutritional breakdown, centuries of traditional remedies, and, detailed recipes. But the main mission here is to give you, the listener, that non-negotiable knowledge. How to eat this incredible food safely without getting totally bogged down by the complexity.
And yeah, we have to jump straight into the safety part. This isn't something where you can just learn as you go.
No.
This is probably the single most important thing you'll hear today.
It really needs saying up front and repeating. Ackee is only safe when it's naturally ripened and the pod has fully opened up on its own, showing those yellow arrows inside.
So if you see one that's still closed or looks unripe,
Just leave it. It's off limits. That's the first, last, and only rule for eating ackee safely.
Yeah.
Seriously.
okay, critical warning established. Let's talk about why people take that risk.
Right.
Why deal with the complexity? We often hear ackee compared to, well, scrambled eggs.
Mm-hmm.
Not just how it looks when cooked, that yellow, sort of buttery, fluffy texture, but also its nutritional density. Why is that comparison actually quite good?
It works because it's a high-fat fruit, which is pretty unusual, right? Most fruits are carbs and water.
Yeah.
But ackee, it's different. By weight, it can be around 20% healthy fat, that buttery texture you mentioned. That comes directly from being packed with monounsaturated and polyunsaturated fat.
Okay.
It behaves much more like, say, an avocado or even a nut than your typical topical fruit.
That's fascinating. So that core makeup, the healthy fats, giving it that soft, buttery flesh.
Mm-hmm.
What else makes it this powerhouse people talk about?
Well, the fat is sort of the engine, you could say, but it's also got a really good amount of protein. For anyone looking for plant-based protein, ackee provides, the full spectrum of essential amino acids. It's a serious contribution to a meal nutritionally.
And beyond those macros, the fats and protein, what about the smaller stuff? The micronutrients?
Yeah, there's a strong lineup there, too. You've got vitamin C, great for the immune system, collagen production, and vitamin A, which is key for vision and healthy skin.
And minerals.
Minerals are robust, too.
Tell us about those, especially if someone's thinking about sustained energy.
Okay, so you've got iron, really vital for red blood cells, helps prevent fatigue. And when you combine that with the healthy fats and protein we mentioned,
Yeah.
it creates this really satisfying, long-lasting energy, not just a quick burst. And then there's calcium and phosphorus, fundamental for bone strength, teeth. Plus, don't forget the fiber, good amount of fiber, which is great for digestion, gut health.
That nutritional profile really does explain those 5 big health benefits our sources mentioned.
Yeah.
So let's talk about how that translates to actual physical wellness.
Right. The first one, and probably the biggest, is cardiovascular wellness, heart health.
How does that work?
Those good fats, the monounsaturated and polyunsaturated ones, they actively help manage cholesterol levels. They can help lower the LDL, the bad cholesterol, while boosting the HDL, the good kind. That's a really powerful plant-based benefit.
And connecting back to the protein and iron, that combo we just discussed.
Yeah.
The second benefit is that sustained energy.
Right, exactly. It's not a quick sugar high and crash. It's effective long-term fuel. Great for active lifestyles.
Lots of sense.
Then the third and fourth benefits, they tie into cellular health. That vitamin A and C combination, it acts as a kind of preventative force, helping maintain clear vision, skin elasticity through collagen support, and giving that immediate immune boost.
And the fiber.
And the fiber, yeah, ensuring digestive efficiency, regularity.
And finally, that fifth point. Its value in modern,
Yeah.
especially plant-forward cooking. Finding a fruit that gives you healthy fats and a complete protein profile. That's pretty rare.
Highly unusual, makes it almost indispensable for non-animal diets.
Okay, so what's really fascinating here is how much goodness is packed into something that needs such a careful, almost scientific approach to safety.
Right.
We mentioned the danger of unripe fruit, but let's get specific. What exactly makes unripe Ackee dangerous?
That's the critical thing to understand. We mentioned the toxin, hypoglycin A.
Right, hypoglycin A, but what does it do? Why is it such a serious, potentially life-threatening risk?
Okay, so hypoglycin A is this potent toxin. It basically messes with your body's ability to create glucose. especially when you haven't eaten for a while or you're relying on fat stores for energy. It blocks glucose metabolism.
So it literally shuts down the energy pipeline.
Precisely. And the result is severe hypoglycemia, dangerously low blood sugar, and just metabolic chaos. It causes an illness historically called Jamaican vomiting sickness.
Wow.
Understanding that mechanism, it really helps you respect the rule. It's not just, oh, it might make you a bit sick. It actively shuts down vital metabolic pathways. So the rule stays simple. Only eat the arils from fully ripe, naturally opened pods, period.
That definitely gives the warning the weight it needs.
Okay, assuming the rules are followed, we have safe, ripe ackee. Let's talk kitchen, culinary versatility. But also, there's a crucial step here, right? One that beginners often miss.
Yes. Before you even think about sautéing or anything, you absolutely must boil the ackee first. Even the safe, ripe arils need this.
Why is that?
After you gently take out the black seeds and that little red membrane bit, you need to parboil or boil the arils briefly in water, then drain them really well. It's non-negotiable. It helps remove any final, tiny, trace amounts of toxins and also prepares that buttery flesh for cooking, makes it hold up better.
So that initial boil is key for safety and texture. Got it. Once it's boiled and drained, how does it star in its most famous role?
Ah, the cornerstone dish of Jamaican cuisine, classic ackee and saltfish. This is where the ackee's ability to act like a mild, savory sponge really shines.
Okay, walk us through it step by step, including how you handle the saltfish.
Right. You start with salted codfish. You have to soak it, sometimes boil it, to get rid of the excess salt, then you flake it into pieces. Okay?
Meanwhile, in a pan, you saute your aromatics, onion, garlic, bell peppers in some oil. Once they're fragrant, you add chopped tomatoes, maybe some Scotch bonnet pepper for heat, and then the flaked codfish. Stir it all together. Now, the key moment, adding the boiled and drained ackee. You have to fold it in gently, really gently, along with seasonings like fresh thyme, black pepper. If you stir too hard,
It breaks apart.
exactly, it turns to mush. You lose that beautiful, distinct, almost eggy texture.
That gentle fold is crucial then. Lets it soak up the flavors without disintegrating. But ackee isn't just for that one dish, right? Its texture makes it super versatile for modern diets, especially plant-based ones.
Oh, absolutely. Think about a vegan ackee stir-fry. It uses ackee not just for protein, but as this great textural element.
How would that work?
You'd saute your usual stir-fry veggies, maybe zucchini, carrots, bok choy, onion. Then, instead of using tofu or something else, you gently fold in the boiled ackee, season it with soy sauce or coconut aminos. Let it soak up those savory flavors. It holds up really well.
That shows its flexibility. And I really like the sound of that simpler idea. The Ackee breakfast spread. That really highlights how it can replace, eggs or other breakfast fats.
It's beautifully simple and quick. You take your boiled ackee, gently mash it a bit. In another pan, saute some minced garlic in olive oil, maybe add a pinch of turmeric for that nice yellow color and its anti-inflammatory boost. Then you just fold in the mashed ackee, season simply salt, pepper. It's light, savory, great on whole grain toast, or maybe alongside some greens and avocado slices. It's like plant-based comfort food.
Okay, now this is where it gets even more interesting, I think. Moving beyond just the food aspect. Ackee's historical value goes way beyond the edible part, the aril. Our sources talk about traditional remedies, showing the whole plant has been valued for centuries for wellness.
Yeah, this really deepens the appreciation for how potent the plant is. Let's look at those traditional folk uses. First, there's ackee seed oil, made from the seeds we normally discard, used for hair and scalp.
How do they make that traditionally and safely, given the seeds are toxic?
Right, meticulous care is needed. The seeds are toxic raw, so they must be roasted first, properly roasted. Then they're crushed and usually steeped in a carrier oil, like coconut oil.
And the use.
This finished oil is traditionally massaged into the scalp. It's believed to help stimulate hair growth, strengthen the roots. It's a really old DIY remedy.
So even the part we don't eat has these traditional uses, but again, handled with extreme care. What about the leaves?
The leaves are used externally, mostly for minor skin things. Fresh ackee leaves get boiled in water to make a sort of decoction. Once it cools, that liquid is used as a gentle wash for small rashes or skin irritations. Shows the plant's anti-inflammatory potential, maybe.
And finally, there was a mention of an internal use, a mild tea.
Yes, there's a practice of brewing a very mild tea from the leaves, usually for general wellness, maybe to soothe internal inflammation. But this is where traditional wisdom bumps up against modern caution.
Because of the toxicity.
Exactly. Given the general toxicity of the plant parts, other than the properly prepared ripe aril, we have to stress this. Anyone even thinking about using leaves or bark internally needs to consult a knowledgeable herbalist or a doctor first. No question.
Okay, so let's wrap this up. What does this all mean for you, our listener? We've looked at a food that's complex, sure, but also really rewarding and powerful. Ackee is genuinely one of the most nutrient-rich, versatile fruits out there. Offers amazing support for heart health, energy, great for plant-forward diets.
Absolutely. This deep dive shows its value not just in modern scientific terms, the healthy fats, the protein, but also through its continuous use in traditional practices for centuries.
Yeah.
It really does bridge that gap between, folk medicine and everyday nutrition.
The biggest takeaway for you is probably that lesson in respect, right?
Mm.
Ackee offers huge nutritional power, but it absolutely demands precise preparation.
Mm-hmm.
Not just picking the ripe, naturally open fruit, but that non-negotiable boiling step before you cook it.
And if we look at the bigger picture, it says a lot about the connection between potency and preparation, doesn't it? The inherent strength of E, that dense nutrition we talked about, is directly linked to that high metabolic risk from the hypoglycemia
So it's a powerful plant.
that demands specific, time-tested knowledge to unlock its benefits safely. You have to know what you're doing.
It's a fruit that rewards precision with incredible flavor and health. Maybe it encourages you to explore other foods like that, potent natural sources that need that ancestral knowledge, that respect, to integrate them safely into holistic cooking.
A great thought to end on.
Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.